What up, y'all? I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. You can have everything you want in life. You can have anything you want in life. Just not all at the same time. And what do I mean by that? See, I had a lot of good conversations today, actually. I had a great conversation with someone I just haven't talked to just personally in years, you know? Just had a one-on-one and just caught up on life, and had another great conversation with someone else in my life, and, you know, got a chance to really catch up and see what's going on. And it made me realize a lot that we can get caught up in our own stuff in life. And I get it, you know, life happens. And you get really busy. See, I'm one of those types of people that gets really busy, and I get lost in it. I get really hyper-focused on it. I want to achieve it so bad. And what ultimately ends up happening is I get really locked in a form of, you know, it's like you kind of just go ghost. Not that, you know, I'm going ghost because, you know, I don't like somebody or whatever. It's just when you want to really achieve something in life and you get stuck in survival mode, because that's just the life that, when you get stuck in survival mode, it can get really hard to get out of it. But it's not everyone has a choice on where they start out in life, you know? See, a lot of times, I mean, when you get brought up into the world, wherever your landmark is that you get brought up at, that's your starting point, you know? It's like in Pokemon when you start out in Pallet Town, and that's your starting point. That's Inception, you know? We don't all get a choice on where we start at in life. We only get a choice on where we end up. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm trying to say, though, is that when you get stuck in survival mode because you didn't get to start out in the best environment, you can get really caught up in chasing success, chasing the legacy that you want to leave behind, establishing a solid safety net for yourself, because you don't have a safety net. You don't have a family safety net. You don't have a financial safety net. When you don't have any of that stuff, what happens a lot of times that I experienced, is you get real focused on establishing those things, all those things that you lack in life, all those things that you want to have in life, but you just can't, but you just don't have it because, you know, you got to go out and get it. See, nothing in my life was ever just given. Every single thing that I have was earned. I went out to go grab some boba at a new boba shop I've never been to. It's called Wanpo. It's really good Taiwanese boba. Went out there with a very, very close friend of mine, someone that I see as like, you know, as like family. It's just been a while since we talked, but, you know, we just got into talking about life. And, you know, all the things that, you know, we want to have in life, and that we've, just like how far we've kind of come. But we were at this boba shop, and it's right next to one of my old jobs that I used to work. I used to do security a while back while I was in nursing school, because, you know, gotta pay the bills. You You gotta do what you gotta do. Even while I was in nursing school studying and everything, right? Gotta put some shifts in so I can, make some money, get to the next step. So, you gotta handle things. A lot of times, like, you gotta take some steps back in order to go forward in life. It's not that I dreamed of like wanting to go do security for this company or anything. Like, it was pretty cool that I got a pretty good opportunity while I was there, but I was just only there for the meantime. It really put a lot of things into perspective for me. It's like, damn, I was just working over there, making about 5 times less than what I'm making now. But that was the stepping stone to get to where I'm at. So that's something that I did that really helped me out. And you got to ask yourself, are you willing to take a couple steps back in order to get 10 steps forward? Or not, let's not even do 10 steps. Are you willing to take 2 steps back to get, 3 steps forward? Sometimes that has to happen. Because those 2 steps back will get you 10 steps ahead down the road. But a lot of people don't, they can't really see that far. Or they don't want to make those short-term sacrifices. But look, you got to do what you got to do in order to get to where you're trying to be at in life. And no one can force you to do that. No one can force you to want to make those changes. See, when you're really on your path in life and you're trying to go somewhere, you're really about your self-development and everything, you're going to want to be around more people that are willing to do that kind of introspective work and that are willing to make those same similar types of sacrifices to get to where they're trying to go in life too. You see, a lot of times people just get way too caught up in the short term of things, right? The short term of things is anything within a year from now or anything like less than that. You see, when you start looking at things more so for the long term, then what happens is you make better short-term decisions on things. What do I mean by you make better short-term decisions? Really think about that for a second. When you do things for the long term, you will make better short-term decisions. Such as, what can I do in the short term in order to achieve my long-term goals, my long-term, like where I want to be at in that next 5 years, 10 years. Now, I really look at things in like more so like 5 years, like 5 years is you can achieve whatever you want within 5 years. At least you can get really close to it and set yourself up for, all right, I'm in position now in that 5 years, and within 10 years, I'll be exactly, where I'm trying to be at. You might even be able to achieve it sooner. What matters is that you are working on where you want to be at in life, basically. You're working on yourself to where you want to end up in life. But you can't do that when you just make terrible short-term decisions. And when do you make terrible short-term decisions? When you only focus on short-term outlooks, the immediate, right? What's going to make me feel good in this moment? Eating the snacks that aren't really promoting the kind of good health that you want, doing too much drinking, hanging around people that are only introducing more negative influences into your life. There's nothing wrong moderation in all things, right? That's one reason why, one thing that I've learned is that moderation in all things, right? You know, if you want to, as long as it's, you know, nothing like very detrimental or anything, but, you know, if you want to enjoy yourself, go enjoy yourself. But it's the overconsumption of things that need to be kept in moderation. And y'all know what I'm talking about when I mean, you know, things in moderation, right? You know, stop smoking so much weed, or stop freaking and then doing nothing, you know? Like, if you're gonna do that, at least work on something. Don't just lay around. You know, learn to, you know, if you're gonna have some drinks, you know, don't drink the whole bottle. Don't hit like 6-7 shots or whatever. I mean, if you want to have a drink, have a couple of drinks with your homies or whatever, and just, you know, that's all you really need. You don't need to, you know, finish the whole bottle and everything. But yeah, you know, just doing too much stuff like that, that's not going to help you get to where you're trying to go. Where you're trying to go in life, you need the most energy that you can produce. You need to have the most, you need to be feeling your best self. See, when you have a direction that you're going, that you really want to be at, that's when it makes it a lot easier to make those short-term decisions, right? Everyone needs to have an outlet. And, you know, you need to release those feelings that you have inside in a way that's not being self-destructive. That's what I'm trying to say. Moderation in all things. So you can what I'm trying to get at, though, is that you need to understand that when you have something that you're trying to achieve in life, it's going to take a lot of time if you really want it to happen. You focus way too much on the short term, then essentially what you're going to do is you're going to start introducing more of that instant gratification into your life. You might be able to achieve certain things in the short term, and you'll get that instant gratification from it. But what'll happen is there'll be days where you don't achieve certain things, and then you'll get, you know, you'll start to feel a little certain, you'll start to feel bad about it, or you'll start to, you know, get discouraged and everything. But it's because you're losing focus on the long term of it, right? You're not always going to be able to achieve everything in the short term. And a lot of times it's going to suck when you don't achieve those short-term goals and everything. But the point is that, you know, every day is a new day. If you get a chance to wake up the next day and you're healthy and you can like move around and still work towards what it is that you're trying to achieve, then you get a second chance. So what I learned a lot when I was younger, still young, but what I mean is when I was a lot younger, I was just in survival mode, right? And then I realized that being in survival mode a little too much, you know, thankfully I had some good friends who put me on about, you know, not being in survival mode for too long. You know, it becomes really hard to, it's unsustainable to be in survival mode all the time. But, you know, it's due to past traumas and all that stuff. But what you got to do is you got to acknowledge that, you know, hey, I'm in survival mode and everything right now, but that's just unsustainable. What can I do to get out of that, right? So as you're working your way, you know, on those goals and everything, and you're on your path of righteousness, trying to do good things in the world and everything, just remember to check in with every now and then with people, you know? You want to check in with those people who are really, you know, adding value to your life. So Anyways, I don't want to talk y'all's ear off. I just wanted to get a short little, just a little reflection, right? I was feeling very inspired today after the conversations that I had. But, yeah, so again, remember, don't stay in survival mode for too long. It's very unhealthy. You need to talk about things and reach out to people and get those thoughts out, or, at least journal or whatever. And, on your path to righteousness and everything, you got to really understand that it's going to take a lot longer than just a year or less than that, right? You got to have a long-term outlook on things, because that's what'll keep you on the path of growing, right? Like, it's a compounding effect of accomplishments. It's a compounding effect of growth. It's a compounding effect of all the things that you learned. And as you learn more, what happens is it begins to amplify, right? And as it amplifies, more of those good things that you want in your life is just going to start magnetizing to you. And it's going to become a lot easier each day to start achieving those goals, right? Eventually, you're just going to be achieving goals that you used to set that you're like, damn, I'm just hitting that. I got to change it up. I got to set new goals. I got to set, my eyes on new sites where I'm trying to be at in life. But anyways, yeah, I hope that helps y'all out. Gives y'all a good start to the week. It's Sunday. It's going to rain today, so going to get some more self-reflecting in. I love when it rains. That really gets me deep in my thoughts and helps me decompress a lot. And just, really think about life and everything. So anyways, thank you all for tuning in. That's the video for today. If this video helped you out, hey, you know what? I'm happy it did. I'm happy it added some value to you. Hopefully this video leads you to other videos that will lead you to other channels and people that will help you improve in life and all the things that you want to do. And hopefully, maybe I'll see you on the next one, all right? Y'all have a good one. Peace.